two official African opposition parties seeking common ground. Relations between the two countries go back decades. The people of Zambia opened their country, even their homes, to South Africans fleeing from the brutal apartheid regime. Some of them are now ministers in the ANC-led government. Maimane says it's an indictment that the South African government has to date done little to help the people of Zambia.
We can't allow Africa to regress. We want an Africa that upholds democratic rights, that stands for the rule of law, that in fact opposition is allowed to have its voice. And for Africa to prosper as a continent, we must break the stronghold of liberation movements and the dictators that they often create.
Zambia is currently under a state of emergency. Hichilema remains defiant despite a 4-month prison stint. This was preceded by a violent arrest at his family home.
Fear is not something that comes to my mind. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Including the horrible prison condition. It's not an issue. But it's not and should not be allowed to continue.
The UPND leader urged South Africans to do as much as they can to help his people, who had once stood in solidarity with the oppressed.
As you see me seated here, I used to sit in my undergraduate days in a university next to a guy from South Africa in a university, supported by poor taxpayers. And they graduated. Some of them are ministers here. Surprise, surprise, they've forgotten that. And they were fighting against apartheid. Apartheid collapses. They take the offices that were occupied by oppressors. And they are justifying oppression.
Hichilema is on a 3-day visit to South Africa as a guest of the DA. Lukhanyo Khalada, SABC News, Parliament.